Welcome all. So we are going to see the next part of this lesson. We have started our sixth lesson, that is substances in the daily use. So next part is production of substances. How the substances are produced. For example, if you consider rubber. Rubber is mainly of two types. One we are getting natural rubber and another is the artificial one which you are using for your erasing purpose. Now natural rubber is obtained from the gum or the sap of the trees. If you see the transparent color, something which is present out of the stems, you can clearly see out that sap, or this sap is called to be as latex, and it is also the natural rubber. Rubber has a peculiar odor. Peculiar means strange or different odor, and it is white in color. Okay, so now we are going to study about the vulcanization of the rubber. What is meant by vulcanization process? How the rubber is produced, we will just see over here. In this process, rubber is heated with sulfur for 3 to 4 hours. How many hours it has been heated? Yes, it has been heated for 3 to 4 hours with the help of sulfur. Then to give the hardness to the rubber, sulfur is mixed in it. What is, so that we have seen the tires which are being used, they are also made up of rubber, so they are being hard. So to increase the hardness of the rubber, again we are adding the sulfur into it. The proportion of the sulfur is mixture is determined by the purpose for which it is being used. For example, if you are using in your household purpose, then the sulfur amount will be little less. If you are using for tire purpose, to prepare out the tires, the sulfur amount which you will use, it will be little more. Erasers and the rubber balls, rubber toys, all having varying proportion of sulfur in them. So erasers, if you are using, the erasers are little soft ones, so the sulfur amount will be little less. If you are using for the rubber toys, you will use less than it. In rubber bands, the proportion of the sulfur is very small. The rubber bands, they are very elastic like, so the sulfur amount should be less in this rubber bands. So what actually the process is here, it is, in the past Charles Goodyear spilled the mixture of rubber and sulfur on the burning stove. Spilled means what? By mistake he got the hand to that mixture and it was fallen down on the burning stove. After the stove was extinguished, when he have off the stove, later he have understood that the rubber had become harder and less elastic. He repeated the experiment again and again in the systematic way, and the process of vulcanization was developed. So accidentally it happened that when he was mixing rubber and sulfur, and when he have off the stove, he have understood that that particular substance which have got down, it is becoming hard now. Again he have did this process and he have understood that this process was later called to be as vulcanization. Hard and tough tires of rubber are made henceforth by the revolutionary change, and they have brought a revolutionary change in the transportation. Because of these hard tires and the rubbers which are being used in the vehicle, transport system or the transportation is becoming very easy. Now, do you know one thing? That rubber is a natural substance which is obtained by collecting the latex of a certain tree. Latex means the white color substance which is coming out of the tree. It is being collected and later the rubber is formed. Rubber trees are found in abundance in Brazil. Abundance means in very large amount in Brazil. Later these trees were planted in the other countries also. The botanical name of this tree is called as Hevea brasiliensis. In India, maximum production of the rubber is done in Kerala. So whatever the amount of latex which has been obtained, it is obtained from the plants, and this is normally found in Kerala. In India, the maximum amount of production of rubber is done in Kerala. So we will see the next part, that is production of paper. Now what actually is done, we will see over here. They have given you a diagrammatical part. We will just see the explanation now. Paper which we are using for writing purpose, for writing your papers, for the books, etc. A paper is a substance or the material which is formed due to intertwining the cellulose fibers in grass, wood, rags or waste paper. Normally paper is been obtained from the wood. Thus paper is a kind of the network of cellulose fiber. Means it is not a combination only one of wood. You are using again the waste paper into it. The grass is also used, the wood is also used, etc. So how paper is being produced? There is a process. Coniferous trees like a pine. Pine trees means normally you can see these trees present in the places where there is snow. Okay. The coniferous trees such as pine are used to make the paper. The bark of the logs of these trees is first removed and the wood is broken into small pieces. You can see in this diagram, yes, they are removing all the log of the wood. You can see the logs, it is being getting transmitted from one machine over here. Yes. Later it is being passed further. They are removing the skin of that logs and it is getting converted into small pieces. This mixture of pieces and some chemicals are kept soaked for a long period of time. Soaking means what? Yes, you are keeping it together with some chemicals for a long period of time. How your mother is keeping your clothes with help of water and the cleaning purpose, the whatever the substance are used such as Tide, etc. She is keeping it for a long period of time. That process is called as soaking. So the mixture of this wood and some chemicals is kept soaking for long period of time. After that it helps to form the pulp. Pulp means what? A liquid substance is being formed after the soaking. When the chemical process is completed, the fibrous substance from the wood pulp are separated. Fibrous means the hard substance which is present inside it, it is being removed outside and some dyes are added. Dyes means what? You are adding some of the colors into it. Dyes are the colors which gives the color of a paper. You can decide accordingly. So certain dyes are added into it. The pulp is then passed through the rollers. This pulp is later getting dark and it is been passing through the help of the rollers, which is been dried, and later the paper is coming out in the form of reels. Now reel is the group. It is one of the collective noun used for paper. Okay. Now paper and wood are closely related. We are getting paper from wood, so that's why paper and wood are closely related. You can see over here in this picture the log of wood. It is been transmitted further. It is been getting converted into pieces. Then it is added with a pulp. Here dyes are added in the next picture. That pulp is been passed through the rollers and then the reels of the papers are formed. Now, to save the trees, it is necessary to use the paper sparingly. What we people do, we are tearing out the pages. We are using one part of the page and remaining part we are just throwing out. We are tearing unnecessarily. We are not using the book again and again. So we should stop this. What we are supposed to do? How we are going to save the papers? Remember here. Do not tear up the blank pages of the notebook. Do not throw away the old notebooks with the blank pages. If you are having such books with you, tear the pages, form a new notebook or use that book as a rough book for you. You can do your other activities in it. The blank side of the advertisement pamphlets or the inner side of the postal envelopes can be used. The calendar pages can be also used. You can write down the notes. You can make out some list. You can also form some cover books also through it. You can use the calendars for making the cover of a book. Do not throw or burn away the papers unless and until it is being fully utilized. If it is totally utilized, then only you can throw it or you can burn it, but unless and until, please don't throw it. Whenever possible, try to reuse it or try to use a pencil or a slate. What will happen? Pencil or a slate, you can erase or you can rub that writing of the pencil and you can again write on it. Instead of using the paper, instead of using the pencil, and try to use pencil so that you can rub and you can write it again. Cooperate with the people who collect the paper from garbage or the one who buy the scrap paper. These people help in the proper recycling of the resources. Now, do you know one thing? In India, the first factory to manufacture the newsprint, the paper which is used in newspaper, was established in Nepanagar in Madhya Pradesh in 1955. So the paper which you are getting, the newspapers which are present, that quality of paper which you get, it was the first factory which was manufacturing this paper was established in Nepanagar in Madhya Pradesh in 1955. Paper is also manufactured at Songarh in Gujarat. In Maharashtra, we are having the paper factory at Ballarpur near Chandrapur district. Okay. Now we are going to see about the synthetic fibers and the threads. Synthetic fiber means what? Yes, the artificial fibers or the artificial threads which we are getting. Now, from the time it was first thought that artificial yarn could be produced to meet the clothing need of an increasing population. One thing you should remember that nowadays the population is increasing, and that's why to satisfy the need of clothes, artificial threads were developed. These threads were having some properties such as they were water resistant. They used to absorb less amount of water. If you get wet also, it will be not that much effect. There will be no that much effect on your clothes. If you are wearing cotton clothes, cotton immediately absorbs the water, and that is the reason these new threads or the new synthetic fibers were developed. Now, synthetic fibers nowadays which are available such as nylon, dacron, terylene, terine, polyester, rayon, etc. are some of the synthetic threads. Now, if you remember one thing, silk is a natural thread or the fiber obtained from the cocoons of the silkworm. If you are knowing the silkworm is the one who is giving out this silk to us. From one cocoon you are getting about 500 to 1300 meter of silk out. And the first factory or the first it was produced on a large scale in China. So the silk is largely produced in China. Now the types of thread we can see over here. Nylon. Nylon was developed in two countries simultaneously. Nylon, the NY stands for New York and LON stands for London. So nylon thread was simultaneously developed in New York also and London also, and that's why the name is nylon. NY, which is coming from New York, and LON, which stands for London, and that's why the name was given to the thread as nylon. It is transparent, it is water resistant, and that's why it is being used. It is also used by the fishermen for the fishing nets. Okay, it is also used as a ropes also to tie your clothes or to hang out your clothes. Now what is rayon? Rayon, the cotton and wood pulp is dissolved in the chemical called as sodium hydroxide to make a solution. Threads are obtained from this and they are having a particular shine. Rayon is also said to be as synthetic silk, and it is like appearing to be like bright like sun rays, and that's why its name was given as rayon. So rayon, the main function or the property of it is like it is having a luster, it is having a typical shine, and it is having a certain strength. Now the next part is dacron, terylene and terine. Dacron, terylene and terine, how it is being used? Various hydrocarbons obtained from the mineral oils are used to make the polymer chains. The solution of such polymers is pressed through a strainer with a fine holes, and these threads have been formed. You should only remember that these threads are being useful for making out the curtains, the ropes, sweaters, etc. Okay. So there are different types of threads which have been named such as dacron, terylene and terine. Now what is meant by hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon are the substances which are obtained from the mineral oil. And what are polymer chains? Yes, polymer chains are the long continuous chains formed by the small interlinked chemical units. Now, what are the advantages and shortcomings of the synthetic fiber? Some of them are listed. These advantages of the synthetic fiber are they are very cheap and they can be found very easily. They are having long durability. Okay, they are having a certain shine. What are the shortcomings? What are the disadvantages of this? That they are water repellent. Hence, they do not absorb the sweat of your skin. So, cotton, how it is absorbing the sweat of your skin, and it is been specifically used in summer. These threads are not absorbing it, and that's why this is one of the disadvantage of the synthetic fiber. Synthetic fiber can catch the fire very easily, but cotton clothes cannot. Synthetic fiber or synthetic clothes are uncomfortable to wear, but you can wear the clothes which are made from silk or by cotton. So these are some shortcomings and advantages of the synthetic fiber. So just go through it, and here your lesson is over. I hope you have understood it. Thank you.